So the DNC is already working overtime to help Joe Biden and hurt Bernie moving forward. So they just made some new rules changes for the next debate. Now, let me just pause up front and say, what happened? I thought that, you guys, one of the arguments everybody's making against Bernie is when Bernie's like, hey, whoever gets a plurality should win. Whoever gets a plurality should win. The response from a lot of corporatists is, well, the rules. But the rules don't say that. The rules. We gotta follow the rules perfectly. The rules, you signed up to the rules. The rules exist as they are. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. So that's what they say in that situation. In this situation, with the debate, we're like, hey, the rules, we made the rules and agreed to the rules. Like, nah, just change them. We don't like them. Change them. What is it? Are the rules? The rules are so important. Or, the rules, they're whatever. They're open to interpretation and changing and whatever the hell we want when it's convenient for us. Which is it? Which is it? God, they're not even hiding it, guys. They're not even hiding it. I can't with this anymore. It's too much. So, here are the crux of the rule changes. Here they are. The DNC has changed the format for the next debate, where Joe Biden would have had to stand at a lectern for 2 hours and answer questions from professional moderators, to one where both men will be seated and answer questions from the audience. The other thing, they changed the rules to exclude Tulsi. It used to be the case if you're still in the race and you've won any delegates, you're in. They changed it, and they're like, we're going to exclude her because we don't want her on the stage. She won, I think, a delegate or two in American Samoa. Now, listen, I think there's a really good conversation to be had about what the hell Tulsi's doing. I have no idea what she's doing. I really don't. If I was her, I would have dropped out and endorsed Bernie a while ago. I think the longer she stays in, the more she's hurting her electoral chances for the future, because I think at some point she can and should run again, and what she's doing now is she's really hurting her credibility for the future, because people are going to remember, oh, you're the person who kept losing and getting less than 1% in every single state. That's not going to help. So, I think there's a good conversation to be had there, but, they changed the rules at the last minute to exclude her. The debate would have been Bernie, Biden, and Tulsi, and I think they probably understood that Tulsi is going to hop in on the side of Bernie and go for the jugular of Biden. So they changed the rules on that front too. So this is driving me crazy, because what's the result now? What's the result? First of all, they were concerned, can Biden really stand for 2 hours? That might affect his cognitive ability. So let's sit him down. That's the first thing. They're trying to protect Biden on that front. It's easier for him to sit. Bernie was like, let's go. I'll stand. As of right now, Bernie's in wonderful shape. He's sharp as a tack mentally. And, ever since he had the heart issue and he came out, he's now eating better. Doctors say, now it's very unlikely to have another heart issue for years and years, because he just had the procedure. So, Bernie's in great shape, and he's running all around the country campaigning relentlessly. They're hiding Joe Biden away, hiding Biden. And then now they're like, okay, no, we're changing the rules. We all get to sit. And then the other thing is to change it from moderators to the audience. What does that do? What does that do? Well, first of all, I'll just say it. Other people will hesitate. I'll just say it. I think there will be questions that are planted. And I think they're planting them particularly to throw softballs to Joe Biden and to try to trip up Bernie Sanders. I'm convinced that that's the case. But furthermore, when you have the format like it is right now, this is more of a town hall, you make it so there's not as much of a head-to-head clash between the two candidates. You make it so it's not as much of a debate between the two candidates. Because it's not, the crux of it is not a moderator throws something out there and then they go back and forth. The crux of it is, we'll go to different people in the audience for different questions, and you have to answer that person's question, therefore diverting attention away from the head-on clash. They're doing everything they can to protect him. Guys, and you wonder why, young people feel totally disillusioned, and why young people want nothing to do with this gross process, because we see the corruption right in front of our faces. Are you kidding me? Joe Biden would be dead in the water if it wasn't for Amy Klobuchar and Mayor Pete and Beto, and at the last minute, let's all come together and put him over the finish line. And the media for 2 days, oh my God, Joe Biden, the most electable. He did well in South Carolina after finishing like 84th in the previous contest. Oh my God, Joe Biden. So people look at that and they're like, gross, I need a shower. This is terrible. This is ridiculous. Instead of, we're not having the serious conversations. We're not having the policy conversation. We're not even having the electability conversation. All Joe Biden has is the assertion. I'm more electable. I'll beat Trump. Okay, what's your argument? There's no argument. What is the actual argument on Bernie's side? Now, unfortunately, he's not making this argument, but he should. His argument is, Joe Biden is Hillary Clinton 2.0. Has the same baggage that Hillary Clinton had with his bad policy record. And also, listen, he's lost a step, hasn't he? He's Hillary Clinton. I'm FDR. And by the way, this comparison is totally accurate historically. If I had to pick a U.S. president that most closely mirrors Bernie Sanders' politics, it's FDR. If I had to pick one that most closely mirrors Biden, it's Hillary Clinton. A presidential candidate, I mean. So, guys, iceberg dead ahead. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Oh, my God. It's like we're watching a car crash in slow motion, and it's driving me crazy because I want to do something to change it, but I'm doing everything I can already, and I'm pissing into a hurricane. It's not working. So, for the love of God, keep sharing the segments of Biden's cognitive decline. Keep sharing, the video we just did on what a debate would be like between Biden and Trump. Share that. Let them know this guy is a weak candidate. We have no choice but Bernie.